And then the maggots came. Just a few at first. I didn't think anything of it. Coincidence? I'd find them in my shoes or under my pillow. Sometimes even in my food. After a while, I started to enjoy their company. They were a constant reminder of my girls. My girls. These creatures tried to ruin them. Once I realized that, I started to eat them again, just on the off chance that one might have been at the gravesite. Big mistake. More and more started to appear. I'd start waking up covered in them. I didn't mind at first. They didn't taste that bad. The guards wouldn't do anything about it. They couldn't do anything about it. They said there was nothing there. I know they are, though. They'd bite me in my sleep. I've got the marks to prove it. The doctor said I did it to myself, though, which is total bullshit. Why would I? I did my best to ignore it when I could. I didn't think they liked that. Eventually, the guards started giving me small things back from my cell. First, it was shoelaces. Then, it was books. Hell, they even gave me some toenail clippers and dulled tweezers. Becoming a model inmate was rewarding. One tried to crawl into my left ear while I slept. I woke up just as it had started burrowing into my eardrum. Pain ran through my skull as it felt it devour my flesh. I had to stop it before it got into my brain. I destroyed my room searching for those tweezers. You can never find something when you really need them. The maggot was halfway through my eardrum. I threw Dante's Inferno across the room in anger and desperation. It hit the wall above my toilet, and the sound of metal hitting metal rang. Something fell into the water. I'd been using them as a makeshift bookmark. I never did like bending the corners of pages. Fuck! I dived towards the toilet and reached my arm in, desperately flailing my hand around. The maggot was almost through, and the pain was only getting worse. Suddenly, God smiled upon me, and I felt the metal savior. I pulled the tweezers from the toilet and immediately shoved them into my ear. It was too late. The maggot was through and had free access. I had to dig around to find him. The pain of him digging into my skull was worse than the pain in my ear. I found him. Somehow, I found the fucker. I crushed him with the tweezers and slowly pulled them out of my ear. My hand and the tweezers were soaked in blood, but I got the fucker. I watched the maggot futilely struggle in my grasp. I ate him before the guards poured in, blood for blood. The whole ordeal was ruled another suicide attempt. Now I don't have anything in my room anymore. Not even my books. They let me keep this notepad and a bendy pen, which I appreciate, but there are no tweezers to save me next time. Sometimes I pull cotton out of my pillow and plug up my ear just so I can get some sleep. I can't hear anything out of my ear anymore. My only form of entertainment was watching the maggots. I swear they're getting bigger. The bite marks are the size of quarters. Even worse, I can see them moving around in my stomach. After another psyche valve, they transferred me to East Louisiana State Hospital. Fancy way of saying insane asylum in today's PC world. When I got there, they probed me with questions. I was a modern medical mystery to these assholes. They had no idea how dangerous I was until I took one's ears. I didn't get examined as much anymore. They put me on a new medication that stopped the violent tendencies, locked me up, and threw away the key. Sometimes I wish I had my girl's hair with me. I bet they're missing me too. The doctors couldn't stop the maggots. They wouldn't even hear me out, despite how loudly I screamed. They avoided me like the plague, leaving my medication with the orderlies. I saw one as big as a cat crawling outside my new cell. It stopped in front of it and seemed to look at me. I couldn't do anything but stare back. I had killed its friends, and it knew. I thought I heard it say something, blood for blood, and then it left. I've decided to go out on my own terms. I started saving up my medication instead of spitting it out. I collected 14 pills so far. I wanted at least 20 to be sure, but time is wasting. The talking maggot sits outside my cell now. I can't ignore him. I can even hear him in my bad ear. He only says one thing to me, blood for blood. Tonight, I'll be taking them all once the orderlies leave. No one to stop me this time. As a courtesy, I promised to leave nothing out. It wasn't easy. I needed several days to just work up the nerve after reading his journal. The FBI has, however, requested to censor all of the names for sake of their investigation. The following is from Retracted Last Will and Testimony. I lived a long and full life with few regrets. Here are my final words for all to see. To my church I leave all of my belongings to you. I have been a righteous man all of my life, and I know that you and God will understand everything that I have done. It was all in His design, after all. You can sell whatever you need to pay for that new floor you so desperately need. To my lawyer, please don't leave anything out. I want everyone to know. To my parents, know that you did nothing wrong. I've always been just a little fucked up. I know no one wants to outlive their children. I don't envy what you're about to go through. To my girls, they tried to make me regret delivering you to God, but I never did. I saved you from your lives of sin and carnal flesh. I was your savior, and I know you appreciated everything I had done for you, even if you had never thanked me. I wish I could have just one more night with you. To my wife and daughter, I wish I could be with you in heaven, but there's only 3 things waiting for me: fire, brimstone, and those maggots.